Hi there, Andrew here. I love to be entertained, but I have no patience. So I give every new show I watch only one episode to hook me. Welcome to Debut Review. The Owl House. The Owl House is a show that I am aware of the existence of. That's it. But when I hear people talk about the Owl House, or rather when I see it mentioned in the headlines of articles on various entertainment websites, it's always seemed to have been in some type of rather positive connotation. I've never bothered to actually read any of the articles, because I've never seen the show and I don't know anything about it or what it's about. But some people seem to like it, and hey, it's on Disney Plus, and hey, I have Disney Plus, so hey, why not watch the first episode and see what it's like? Alright, let's learn about the Owl House. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, like an owl, and guess that it's not about a house that owls live in. Maybe it's about a family whose name is Owl. So, Susan and Frederica Owl. And their dog Rutabaga. Rutabaga is a funny word, which is why I used it in my last debut review. It's a good word. We should use it more often, even when it's not at all appropriate. Rutabaga. Okay, so, show description reads, Luz, or Luz? I don't know. L-U-Z, Luz. Luz, a self-assured teenage human girl, accidentally stumbles upon a portal to a magical new world, where she befriends a rebellious witch, Eda, and an adorably tiny warrior king. So it's an isekai. Can't have enough of those. I hope it's not a harem show, because that's what most of the, I just accidentally fell into a portal and landed into another world type shows very, very, very often devolve into. But, well, hey, let's check out Disney, The Owl House, and see what it's all about. Are you weird? Do you look different? Do you act different? Not in a way that hurts anyone else, or even really affects anyone else, but in a way that others might consider non-typical. Do your interests lie outside what most others seem interested in? Are you in any way atypical? That's okay. It's truly okay. You are a cool person. And a worthwhile person. And yes, it may be hard to be around the so-called typical people, and the so-called typical people may include your own family, the people you live with. So, take heart. You may be considered atypical by other standards, but you are by no means alone. There are others like you. We, the atypical, are legion, for we are many. Oh, that took a dark turn. Let me try that again. All we have to do is find each other. And then run away from home. Don't tell your parents where you're going. Just disappear. They'll never notice or care. And you will be among your own kind and happy. Wait, that... I might want to rethink that message. I think I was doing okay there right up until the end. I might want to rethink that. I am a metaphor for the first episode of The Owl House. So, Luz is an atypical young lady. She's not into the things that most of her peers are into. She likes spiders and fantasy adventures and making weird faces. She's expressive and creative, and she drives her mom nuts, though her mom loves her. So her mom, because she loves her, sends her away to summer camp. 3 months of summer camp, which will convert her into something more typical, something that's more expected. So a camp for conversion, a conversion camp, one might refer to it as. But mom sends you out of love. Holy shit, is that what the metaphor of the show is? Wow. But before she can go to conversion camp, she falls through a mystical portal into another dimension and has adventures with a witch and a small cat dog with a skull on its head. When I read the show description, which I don't have on the screen anymore, it said a little beast, king. I was like, a little beast king. No, it's beast named King. King is its name. Okay. Now, to be a bit more fair, because I'm leaving out an important detail, which makes this all okay, Luce does text her mom at the end, or at least has the ability to. Nice that she gets interdimensional phone service. So at least she's not completely running away from home. It's more of a, instead of going to the conversion camp, I'm gonna hang out with the witch in the Owl House for 3 months. Okay, maybe that's better. On the other hand, if your particular brand of atypicality results in abuse at home, then yeah, I would fully support the decision to go somewhere else and stay somewhere else. But little Luce here is not abused, and you know, her mom loves her, so it's not that kind of a situation. But I could see how a lot of, especially kids, might find a lot to relate to in this show. So, what did I think about this show? It's okay. I like a lot of the creature design. She falls into, you know, magical fantasy land, and some of the creature design is pretty cool. The character design, creature design, character design, Some of the jokes are actually pretty funny. Some of them, not so much. I think the show is actually intended for an audience maybe a bit younger than me. So, so she goes to Magic Land, and the witch the owl lady who lives in the owl house. There are no owls. Well, her broomstick has a head piece that's shaped like an owl. So there you go. There's an owl. She's like, hey, my little cat dog king thing. He is missing his crown, and Warden bad guy has it. So, but only a human can get through the force field. So if you help us get the crown back, we'll send you back to human world. She says, all right. So they go to the prison, which is a prison where they lock up anyone who is atypical. Anyone who doesn't conform. So, are you not conventionally attractive? Into the prison with you. Do you write bad fan fiction? Into the prison with you. We've got a box. Everyone must be in the box. You don't get to be outside the box. Anyone outside the box goes to prison. Conform. Is the show subtle? No. No, it's not. Also has a nice commentary, a nice unsubtle commentary on toxic masculinity. So that's nice. The warden has a crush on the owl lady, and he's abusing his power, his position of power, to get her to go out with him. Well, that's not cool. And the show is not subtle about pointing out how uncool that is. So that's good. 'Tis a lesson we should all learn. Hopefully very early in life. So, I like what the show's going for. I think some of the lessons are a little muddled. Like I was a little weirded out by the fact that until she did the cell phone bit at the very end, because yeah, she's her mom is sending her to what looks kind of like an analog for conversion therapy camp, you know, but she doesn't appear to be in any danger or being traumatized or being gaslit or being abused or any of that. You know, she's happy, she's healthy, she gets to do everything she wants. It's just that the adults keep going, really? Come on, you know, maybe go to the camp for 3 months. That ought to straighten you out. So not a great solution. Although also the metaphor does fall apart a little bit, because the free expression thing she's doing does oftentimes involve releasing spiders and snakes in the classroom that terrorize the other children. Well, you see, now we're going from who you are doesn't hurt anybody else, so you should not be shamed or harassed or abused or traumatized, or anyone should try to change who you are. Because who you are is who you are, and it's not hurting anyone else. However, what you do, on the other hand, can. And releasing snakes and spiders in the classroom that actually attack the other students, that is actually behavior that does need to be curtailed. So the metaphor that I think they're going for here, a little bit muddled, because Luz is exhibiting behavior that does need to be curtailed to an extent. It's like, you can have an interest in spiders and stuff, you just can't throw them at people. Yeah. But still, even though the metaphors are falling apart in a couple of areas, the basic morals and lessons are good morals and lessons to communicate, especially to kids. Animation's fine. Voice talent's solid. Characters, I mean, again, it's only one episode. Characters aren't really doing much for me. Not really jiving with the character design itself. Again, I like a lot of the creature design. It's very imaginative and cool. But yeah, when she gets to the end of the show, it's like, you know what? Because her mom's like, okay, I'm a single parent. I have to go to work. Call me when you get to camp. Love you, bye. And she's like, you know what? I think I'll just ditch my mom. I think I'll just stay here. Yeah. I'm like, wow, that's gonna hurt your mom. Is that really what you want to do? I mean, yeah, the whole thing is kind of a conversion camp, but on the other hand, as I mentioned, where it falls apart is there is some actual behavior. What she's doing, not who she is, that they're trying to curtail. So, analogy kind of falls apart, which makes her decision really selfish and mean-spirited. But then at the very end, it's like, oh, the phone works in the other dimension? Okay, so the only thing is she's just lying about where she is. You know, mom says, I'm going to send you somewhere where you can be happy and get help. And she goes somewhere where she can be happy and get help. It's just not exactly where her mom sent her. But she seems to have, hopefully there's an electrical outlet somewhere where she can keep her phone charged, you know. I might have to go read what some of the entertainment sites are saying about this show, because I'm not planning on watching anymore. Not a bad show, just not grabbing me. Again, I think it aims younger than me, so that's not terribly surprising. But I would be curious to see what the various entertainment sites are finding so laudable about this show. So, them's my thoughts. What are yours? If only there were a place you could put them. Like a section that you could comment in. A comment section. Ooh, that's got a nice ring to it.